All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Roland Garros. It's day 4 of the French Open. Already day 4. Second round action. And roof is shutting because the rain is around. So it's going to be a pretty shitty day. But luckily, we're on centre court, which means we don't have to worry about weather. But yeah, Paolini versus Tomljanovic. Interesting matchup. Paolini coming red hot off that Rome win where she beat Gauff in the final. Tomljanovic coming back, I think, from injury. But did just beat Maya Joint. Also made a semi-final last week, so she's feeling pretty good. And then, after this nice appetizer, we've got the main course coming up. We've got Alcaraz versus Mirra Swiatek versus Raducanu. And we might even chuck Sabalenka in at the end if we can get to that. So it's a pretty hectic day. But it's not as hectic as it could be, which tomorrow might be even crazier. And yesterday was crazier than what today's probably going to be. Well, hey, chat, we dodged a bullet with Monfils, or did we? Because he came back from 2 sets of love down, played 5 sets. I mean, that was always going to be 5 sets, right? He won, so he plays Draper, but I'm scared that Monf won't play Draper. Because sometimes he does, he might withdraw. I don't know. I hope he doesn't withdraw. I hope at least he rocks up so we can watch him play Draper, because that's going to be real fun. That'd be really fun. Do you regret not watching Monf? Nope. I had a lovely sleep. I woke up and went, 5 sets, that's cool. Didn't feel like I missed out on anything, to be honest. After 10.5 hours of streaming non-stop yesterday, I was fine. There's going to be better. There's going to be great matches that we're going to watch later, so I'm not bothered. A first round 5-setter. There was a lot of those, so I don't really care. I'm not too bothered. All right, chat. They're starting. We're here. I'm going to go with Paolini in 3. She did have a tough first round, Paolini. Had to come back from a set down, so it wasn't easy. Was not easy. By the way, these two have played twice. Oh, no, they haven't. They've never played. First time meeting. First time meeting between these two. Mboko won the first set. Yeah, so there is matches. There are matches going on outside. It is weather's been a bit dodgy. Museti's up a set and a break. Medvedovic is up a set and a break. Poprin won the first against Tabilo. Zhang's up a set. Mboko's up a set and a break. And Nissimova won. And then this match. So plenty going on. Plenty happening at the moment. 30 love. And then, like I said, we got Marozsan versus Alcaraz next, which hopefully is good. I mean, it was good when they played in Rome. It was crazy, right? But since then, we haven't really... I hope Marozsan makes it interesting. It's up to him, right? Forehand to forehand rally. As Paolini forehand again to the forehand of Tomljanovic. Forehand now from Paolini wide, 30-15. 30-15. All right. 30-15 as backhand return from Tomljanovic to the backhand of Paolini. Tomljanovic again, the backhand of Paolini as Tomljanovic slice. Paolini forehand into the forehand of Tomljanovic as Paolini on the stretch. Into the forehand of Tomljanovic to the backhand slice. Paolini is a drop shot. It's too good. Too good. 40-15. I agree, Cam, with the injury scare and long match, there is a chance he won't make it to Draper. He's done it a lot. Fingers crossed his body holds up because that's an exciting match, yeah. I'm going to guess, and I already kind of thought this would happen anyway, but I'm going to guess even more so that that they're going to put Monfils at night on tomorrow night against Draper just because they want to give him the most amount of time to get ready for Draper. You know what I mean? Like if they put him on tomorrow afternoon, I don't think that'll work. I think they're going to put him on tomorrow night as late as possible. If they don't put him on tomorrow night, they'll put him on last match on Susan Longland. He'll play late tomorrow because they'll want to give him as much time as possible to be ready. And plus, he played last night, so it makes sense they give him 2 days. Whereas Draper played yesterday during the day, and he gets a little extra time. So I wouldn't be shocked if they put him on tomorrow night. The only exception to that is Sinner versus Gasquet. But like I said yesterday, I feel like Sinner-Gasquet would be an afternoon match because Sinner-Gasquet, after that, they can do a ceremony for Gasquet. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to get either Sinner-Gasquet tomorrow, second match tomorrow on Senna, or third, I feel. Because I think Monfils, they're going to give him more time to get ready, right? Oh. And then tomorrow during the day, I'm sure it's going to be Gauff. Maybe you put on Andreeva on center court, maybe, or you give it to a French woman who is not. There's only one French woman left in the bottom half. Oh no, Jean versus Kazakhstan. Maybe they put that. Maybe they put that match on. Dasher gets center court against a French woman. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking because they did with who was it? Well, with the Rafa presentation, they did it in the afternoon, so I'm sure they're going to probably want to. They don't want a Gasquet to play night session, and then after that, it's like midnight or close to midnight, and no one's there, and they do a whole ceremony, everyone's asleep. So I'm convincing myself even more so that tomorrow afternoon is going to be Sinner Gasquet. Tomorrow night will be Draper versus Monfils. 30 love. Is it a backhand to the backhand of Paolini? 4 now from Tomljanovic. To the backhand of Paolini is Tomljanovic backhand again to the backhand of Paolini, who hits it wide, and it's 40 love. What other matches are on tomorrow? The women's side of the draw tomorrow, pretty mid. Andreeva Kruger, Pegula Lee, Keys Bolter, Gauff versus Valentova. It's not super interesting tomorrow, bottom half of the draw. Top half of the draw for the men, though. Gasquet Sinner, Fokina Lehechka, Fils Munar, Monfils versus Draper, Bublik versus Demonov, Fonseca versus Herbert. Fonseca Herbert, I would have said night session, but because of Monf, they'll put him on. Fonseca Herbert would be an outside match. Maybe Susan Longland, because they fucked up the... By the way, Djokovic also plays a Frenchman tomorrow, so maybe Djokovic might not get center court. So yesterday, did anyone else see how they screwed up? Didn't they learn from Miami? Everyone in the comments was commenting on this video of the crowds that were like a line around the stadium trying to get into the Fonseca match. It's like how, like everybody was questioning why was that on court 7? And the line around the stadium, again, why was that on court 7? Did they not see Miami remember Miami, how Fonseca was playing outside and then they changed it inside last minute and everyone got pissed off? Why didn't they know that Fonseca was going to bring a crowd even if it was in France? Like, Brazilians are everywhere. They're going to show up every time. Like, how did they not know? It's crazy. So tomorrow, I hope they over correct and they put him on Longland, because if you don't put Herbert, a Frenchman, and Fonseca, a phenom, on a center court, and you mess it up again, you're going to have people like bashing down the doors and trying to climb the walls. So that better be on Susan Longland tomorrow. The only problem is it's going to be at the same time as probably Sinner, which sucks for us, but whatever. Fonseca, Herbert, and Djokovic versus Mute, that better be... That'll be Susan Longland for me, I reckon. That's what I'm thinking. And Djokovic is like... Look, Djokovic number 6 in the world. He's not number 1 anymore, so putting number 6 on court 2 is fair. Even though Nole is the greatest of all greats, putting him on court 2 when he's not the number 1, I don't hate that. I understand that. I don't think they'll put Sinner on court 2. I think Sinner Gasquet goes center court because of Gasquet. Anyways, 400 rally. That goes out by Paolini, 15:30. But chat, we are the master of schedules and we'll find out. Overcorrect. Yeah, so look, yes, when I say overcorrect, yesterday they put him on a car park. Tomorrow they'll put him on the second biggest court. That's what I mean by overcorrect. they won't put him on court. They won't go, oh, we'll put him on a slightly bigger court. No, they'll put him on the biggest court they can find. They'll overcorrect, right? Because they mucked up yesterday. And they... Chat, do these tournaments not watch other tournaments? Like, what are we doing? Fonseca is him. How do you not let Fonseca play on a center court? He's going to fill that whole place out. Australian Open, listen and learn. You put Fonseca on Rod Laver Arena. I don't care who he plays. The man brings fans. He is a magnet. People will come. If he plays, they will come. All right? Anyways, that goes out by Tomljanovic, 30-all. Brazilians are everywhere. Anyways, 30-all. Wimbledon, Fonseca, put him on a big court. I don't care who he plays in the first round. Put him on a big court. Hopefully he plays a Brit, so then there's you can accidentally put him on a big court because you're like, oh, he's playing Cam Norrie. We better put him on court 1. Anyways, 30-all. Chat, I should be a tennis YouTuber or something. 30-all. Back here goes down the line. For a winner from Paolini, 40-30. I should be a consultant to these tournaments. Like, come on. The voice of the fans. We know we are the fans. We're the voice of the fans, chat. We know what's up. You can hire me to help you. We know what's going on. We have our finger on the pulse. We know what's up. Fonseca is him, center court or bust. 40-30. Backhand return. Into the forehand of Paolini. That goes into the sky and Tomljanovic comes in with a smash. But Paolini hits a backhand winner. And it's 2-1. Rune deserved being put on center court. Rune is only on center court because he's playing a Frenchman. I'm sorry. I love Rune too. I love Rune. Sorry, not playing a Frenchman. I lied. Whatever you said was correct. I lied. The only reason... Sorry. This is what I meant to say. The only reason Rune is on center court is because the match that was supposed to be on center court had a Frenchman. That match got cancelled and Rune's match was the logical choice. It wasn't the best choice because Nava Rune... I mean, it could be epic, but also a very strange choice. They could have put Musetti on center court, but he's playing first, and putting him from first to last would have been too much. Marijan Alcaraz putting him on a night session instead of day session, I think they probably didn't want to do that. Rune wasn't supposed to play tonight, but it made the most choice because he was already playing. It made the most sense because he was already playing last on Longland, right? So from moving him from last from Longland to last on Chatrier makes sense. So Rune got lucky. But he deserves to be there. We love Rune. But he wasn't their first choice. Otherwise, he would have been there from the start and Shelton would have played somewhere else. All right, 2-1. I need you to organize my life for me, Cam. Yeah, look, when I get my life organized, then I might help. But my life is a work in progress, so I'm too busy. I'm sorry. I have enough problems. I have enough stuff to do, all right? There's too much going on. By the way, Musetti's up 2-love. And Medvedev is about to go up 2-love as well. Opelka Navone is coming up. Does anyone else feel like that's a 5-setter? I feel like that. And Ellis versus Kecmanovic too. They feel like 5-setters to me. Also, I'm guessing that it's... Oh, no, they're playing outside. I thought it was raining. All right, 15-love. This return goes the backhand of Tomljanovic. Forehand now from Paolini. Is Tomljanovic again the forehand of Paolini. Into the forehand of Tomljanovic. Paolini can't get that one. And it's 30-love. By the way, chat, went out to the thrift today. Went on a hunt. Celebrated yesterday's 10-hour stream with a hunt. Found Gothica on DVD. I think I have seen it, but I can't remember seeing it, so I bought it anyway. Gothica with Halle Berry and Robert Downey Jr. So that's on my list. I feel like I have watched it, though. But I can't remember, so I bought it anyway. Gothica's fire? Yeah. I saw it, and I'm like, hey, that movie's... Everyone raves about that movie. Yeah, so I'm excited. It got a 15% in Rotten Tomatoes, but that's never usually... I mean, Penelope Cruz, I mean, it's Audience score of 45. But I don't care. Robert Downey Jr. is great. We love him. All right, 30 love. Rotten Tomatoes don't know ish. Exactly. So I'm going to watch that movie and let you know how it goes. 30 love. As the return goes in the forehand to Tomljanovic. Forehand from Paolini. Tomljanovic slice. Goes long. 30-15. Rune and Ruud have both been sent to the car park arena as they have been singled out as hogs on the main courts and no spectators. Okay. 30-15. There's a serve in the backhand of Paolini. Return goes the backhand of Tomljanovic. Paolini forehand. Into the forehand of Tomljanovic. As Paolini backhand. To the backhand of Tomljanovic. As Paolini with a forehand cross. Tomljanovic gets it. Into the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic goes again. The forehand of Paolini. Cross court the forehand of Tomljanovic, who hits it in the net. 30-all. By the way, chat. There's not that many people in the stadium right now for this match. I would love to know, and I don't think they would ever know how to quantify it, but I don't feel like there would be any way in the first week of a slam to get a perfect schedule. Like, I don't know how you would do it. As the return goes into the forehand of Tomljanovic, and it goes out 30-40. Unless you change the way that you do ticketing, where it's you have a half the stadium is like allocated seating, and then half the stadium is general access. They would lose money, but it would pack the stadiums out every single time. Because if there's empty seats, people from the public can just fill it, right? But you'd have to like put general admission up, I guess. As that goes out and Paolini wins, gets the break 3-1. You'd have to put general admission higher because general admission, maybe you do like a general admission plus where you like, because I'm looking at the stadium here, right? Bottom section, pretty empty. Top section, really empty. But I feel like if you did like a general plus where you got like, someone, you paid an extra like, I don't know, $20, $50, you can sit anywhere up the top. Like that is free for anybody. Like there's no allocated seats up there. Because that would fill out the top section. And then, I feel like that would at least not have stadiums be empty. Because the people that are there, they obviously don't want to watch this match, or they're running late, or it's raining, so they haven't left their house yet, so they're like, I'll watch Alcaraz later, right? Or Swiatek later. I don't know. I know the Australian Open used to do that with one of the courts, but then they changed it to full ticketed seating. That used to be fun. You used to just walk in there, and if you find a seat, you can sit down. If you had a general admission pass, but they stopped doing that. 15 love. That's how it works on Simone Mathieu. It works well. Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed to get people there, right? I mean, there's probably a lot of people that want to watch this match, but they're obviously not the ones who bought the tickets. I feel like it'd be great, but you would probably lose money on the tickets, right? Because you kind of, you're giving it to the public and they're not paying as much. But I don't know. Like rent a crowd, it's not even like rent a crowd. It's just like the people that want to watch this match are standing in the rain or standing outside, and because they didn't buy the right ticket, right? I don't know. I feel like there's something that they could work it out somehow. Better than empty seats? I agree. 100%. I'd rather have a half stadium of people that, and it makes, like, it gives it a little bit of exclusivity. Or even better, chat, if the tournament's worried about losing money, why don't you just have, like, sections of let's say the top section again, 15-30, has got a forehand out from Paolini, that goes long, and it goes in. Backhand rally. Slice again from Tomljanovic. Paolini backhand again to slice Tomljanovic. Paolini sliced in the line. Tomljanovic forehand again to the backhand of Paolini. Into the backhand of Tomljanovic. To the forehand of Paolini is Tomljanovic forehand again. Goes long. 30-all. Why don't you have... You can upgrade your ticket. And maybe they do have this. But like, you go to the stadium and let's say there's been... I don't know how they could monitor this. maybe with like, maybe every seat has a sensor or something, so like they know that no one's been sitting there for 2 hours. But after if you bought that ticket and you're not in that seat for 3 hours, it gets chucked back onto the market and someone else can buy it. Like, you know what I mean? Because if you bought that ticket, yeah, okay, you can watch it. You want to walk around. You don't want to sit there all day. But if you leave that seat empty for like 3 hours, or maybe 2 hours, like you got to get someone to sit on it. I don't know if that would work. I'm just spitting ideas. Or leave the top section general admission, but then it's like when you get there, if you have a general admission, you can upgrade it to get one of those seats if you want. Or you can, I don't know. There's some way you could do it. I don't know how to do it, but you could do it. 4-1. Just to get more people there, you know? Or you just somehow get the perfect schedule where you get like only good matches on center court. Maybe the solution is instead of Paolini Tomljanovic, you put a French woman on. Like, you know, is that going to be more attractive for the crowds? Are there going to be more people coming in to watch? I mean, if there's no French women today, so that's kind of stinks. But if let's say Garcia had played, you put Garcia on before, and then hopefully people come and watch that, and then you got Alcaraz, and then you got other players. But yeah, I don't know, chat. It just doesn't make sense seeing empty crowds, especially for Paolini. Paolini's like number 4 in the world. She's Rome champion. She's former finalist. I mean, it's not fair that she has to play in front of an empty crowd, because what happens, chat, is that everybody sees the crowd and then they go, oh, see, people don't like this tennis. People don't like women's tennis. People don't like blah, blah, blah. And you go, no, it's just been in a shit position. They're putting them on first on a court where, if you put Alcaraz on first, I'm sure there wouldn't be that many people to start anyway, because, you know what I mean? This deserves more people in the crowd. But also it is outside raining, I think, and I'm sure people would love to sit inside and watch this, but not the people that bought the tickets, you know? There's got to be a way to play in front of packed crowds all the time. Because this is not a match that... This isn't boring. We're watching it for a reason. RG used to have that system. Was $10 to upgrade for the first matches. You could sit anywhere until someone comes into the seat. Oh, that's a great idea. Why do they stop that? That's a great idea. Bring it back. Stop selling tickets to people who don't want to go. Exactly. There's got to be some sort of way we can make people watch this match. You buy a ticket to this match, you buy a ticket for center court, you got to be there. I don't want people to be like, oh, I'm going to come in at midday or 2 p.m. because I want to watch Alcaraz. It's like, no. You bought center court. You better watch the damn matches. You watch every match. The other way they could do it, and I don't know how this would actually work, because it'd probably be a little bit of a nightmare logistically, but when you buy your ticket, you got to select the matches you want to watch that day. And then the ones you don't select, your seat is up for grabs. But then the people that sit in those seats later will not move, and then it just becomes this awkward, like, I'm sitting there, leave my seat. Like, okay, that wouldn't work. Let's scrap that idea. That's a bad idea. Bad idea. All right, 30-15. As the return goes in the forehand of Tomljanovic. Forehand now from Paolini. As Tomljanovic backhand to the forehand of Paolini. Paolini hits it out. 40-15. But the thing is, chat, right? Even though we're trying to come up with this amazing solution, at the end of the day, Roland Garros don't care if someone's sitting there or not. Because if you bought a ticket for that day, you've already paid them. They don't care if you're sitting there or not, because they've got your money, right? So they don't need you to be there the whole time. It just looks bad from our point of view when we're watching, going, oh man, there's not people. Where the hell is everyone? But they don't care who's there, because they've already got the ticket funds, right? They're like, you want to watch Alcaraz? Fine, you can watch Paolini too, but you don't have to. Like, they don't need to fill seats. They've already got paid, so it's fine. So it doesn't really matter, really. It just doesn't look good. For us, we look at it and go, oh, that sucks. It's not fair. That's not. Paolini deserves more people there. All right, 4-2. Paolini serving with a break. Mboko won. Nice. I picked her as my best quality. Let's go. She's going to play probably Zhang, which we might watch in a couple of days. If the tickets don't sell out until the match starts, just let the regular crowd in. Yeah. But the thing is, all of those seats have definitely been bought. Maybe not all of them, but like most of those seats that are empty are not, like, it's not about the tickets not being sold. It's that the people that bought the tickets aren't sitting there yet. Because I can tell you in the next match when Alcaraz plays, it'll be full. But there'll be a lot of people there. That goes out, 30 love. So it just, again, because we watch tennis all the time, we understand a little bit more how it works, right? But if you're watching this on TV, you're going, oh man, nobody cares about this match. Nobody's there. But somebody bought those tickets already. They're just not watching this match. They're watching something else, right? It's been sold out. Exactly. It's sold out. So the stadium's sold out. It's just that the people that bought the tickets aren't there. Paolini is not top 10 player like Aryna, Iga, and Gauff. Well, she is a top 10 player like them. I think you mean top 3. 40 love. She's definitely a top 10 player, though. Like, 2 Grand Slam finals would tell you that. Danny.
Anticipating Swiatek Raducanu match that's going to be good.
I hope so. Hey, London lady, thank you for the 31 months. And Tomljanovic, it's a winner, 40-15. Paolini is literally above Swiatek. Exactly. Oh, wait, were you saying Paolini is not a top 10 player like Aryna? And were you saying it like she is a top 10 player, but she's not in the same bracket of top 10 players like them? That's what you're saying, right? It's Paolini in the net, 40-30. There are levels to the top 10, if that's what you meant. Yes, I know what you mean. You meant that, right? She's not in the same bracket. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying she's not a top 10 player, like she doesn't deserve to be top 10. You mean that she's not on the same level of top 10-ness. Yeah, because they got Grand Slams. I mean, you got a Grand Slam, you're in a different level of top 10, right? But she's got 2 finals, so her and Pegula are on the same level. She's at least a tier 2 top 10, if we're talking about levels, right? I'd say she's second tier. And when I say second tier, I mean tier 2, like in a good way. Because there's levels, right? She's level 2. If level 1 is Swiatek and Sabalenka and Gauff. Backhand goes wide, though, from Paolini. We get to deuce. No, we get to deuce. I'm so tired of people not giving Paolini her respect. Yeah, no. That they didn't mean that she doesn't deserve to be top 10. They're saying that she's not in the same like level. But then again, I think Sabalenka, if she played right now, I don't think this crowd, there would be many people there either. And Sabalenka's number 1. So, again, I think it's just a bit of a... like nobody, like if your first match of the day, it's probably the worst match to be on. Like first match of the day, people are running late. If you're not the player they want to watch as well, they're not going to show up first. You know, like you put Swiatek Raducanu first match of the day, which they never would. But if they did, that would be interesting to see if there was more people. But first match of the day is the worst place to be, yeah. Because like it's the middle of the day, it's a Wednesday, right? So where the hell, like everyone's at work. If you're the third match of the day, people finish work early, they go to the tennis, like, yeah. First match of the day sucks. Anyways, good serve, Paolini, and she gets a 5-2. All right. 5-2. But I'll tell you what, if you had a ticket to the center court today, this match, the next match, and the third match on today, that's the best schedule we've had so far. Like that is the best lineup all day. The only way they could make it better, I don't even think they could replace this match because this match is like, I don't think there's any other matches that you could change with this one that would be better on paper. Maybe Raducanu Jovic, but not really. So it's probably the best schedule they could have put together. You know? I mean, Sabalenka-Teichmann, I don't think Sabalenka-Teichmann's as interesting as this match. But you could put Sabalenka on instead of this and have Sabalenka, Alcaraz, Swiatek. That would be a great lineup. But I think they've done pretty... Like, the schedule... This is the best schedule we've had all week. At least the best lineup for the day session. By the way, Medvedev is up 2 sets of love. So is Musetti. Zhang is serving for the match. Mboko got the win. It's all happening. It's all happening. Paolini is up 5-2. Maybe they should do a ticket giveaway. Tickets in raffles. Maybe. All right, forehand rally. And that goes in the net. Cam, I didn't mean Paolini didn't deserve to be top 10. No one even questioned that. No. Are you listening? I said you were. I understood what you were saying, and I corrected what I said. I know that you weren't saying Paolini's not a top 10 player. You're saying that she's not in the same league of top 10 as those, and I agree with you. There are levels to the top 10. It's not as simple as everyone in the top 10 is the same from 1 to 10. Like there's... Same on the men's side, right? Sinner and Alcaraz are not the same as Musetti and Demonor, right? They're not the same. It's fair. That's fair to say. That's not a harsh, mean thing to say. Saying someone's not deserving of top 10 when they're number 4 is crazy, but you didn't say that, and I misinterpreted what you said. There are levels to this, yes. Definitely levels. Anyways, nice serving from Tomljanovic. 30-15. As Tomljanovic, it's a lovely winner down the line, 40-15. All right, 40-15. All right, first serve was a fault, second serve. All right, 40-30. As Tomljanovic serves again. Tomljanovic holds 5-3. All right, 5-3. Paolini serving for the set. All right. Forehand from Tomljanovic into the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic forehand cross. Paolini goes down the line as we had a backhand from Tomljanovic. Paolini backhand the forehand of Tomljanovic into the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic on the stretch. And then Paolini hits a wide, love 15. Love 15. As with a forehand rally. And then Paolini hits a winner, 15-0. 15 all. Good serving again. And it's 30-15. And there's a bit of forehand now from Tomljanovic. That goes out. And it's 40-15. Set points for Paolini. To take the first set. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. The back end of Tomljanovic. Great return winner. And it's 40-30. There's a fault second serve. As the return goes back into Paolini. Tomljanovic backhand into the forehand of Paolini. As Tomljanovic again to the backhand of Paolini. Drop shot is good. Tomljanovic gets there and Paolini puts up a lob, but it's going to be short. Tomljanovic gets it back. Then Paolini hits a backhand winner anyway. 6-3 first set. Nice win by Paolini. First set in the bag. All right. Cool. Is that a Collingwood jump up? Mods, can we ban the word Collingwood? Okay, 6-3 first set. First set down. That's an Instapan. Yeah, that's it. Don't you say that word. That's a bad word. That's a bad word, that word. Jean can't close it out. That sucks. Okay. All right. Okay, first set in the bag. Paolini 6-3. Tomljanovic serving first in the second. As it a forehand to the back end of Paolini. Tomljanovic slice into the forehand of Paolini. She puts it away. Love 15. Love 15. As we get a backhand out by Tomljanovic. Love 30. Love 30. As the return goes in the forehand of Tomljanovic. Backhand out from Paolini to the backhand of Tomljanovic. As Paolini again to the slice of Tomljanovic. As Paolini backhand again. Tomljanovic gets it with the slice. Paolini with a volley though in the ground. 15-30. As the return goes back into Tomljanovic. Back in Paolini. Tomljanovic back into the forehand of Paolini, and she puts it away. 15-40. Okay. Tomljanovic in trouble, 15-40. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As we to let. Serve again. Into the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic backhand to the forehand of Paolini. There's Tomljanovic forehand again to the forehand of Paolini. It's a winner. There it is. Break. All right. 1 love. All right. So, 30 love. As it a forehand to the backhand of Tomljanovic. Paolini back in the net. 30-15. As we to return. And Tomljanovic eventually... Sorry, Paolini puts it away. 40-15. As it a forehand now from Paolini. Tomljanovic gets it back. Paolini drop shot in the net. 40-30. 40-30. As with a backhand return, goes out by Paolini, and it's deuce. As with a forehand from Paolini, that is a winner. And it's advantage Paolini. Advantage Paolini. As with a fault, second serve. As the return goes in, the forehand of Tomljanovic. Paolini forehand winner. 2-love in the second. Is Paolini's style similar to Irani 2012 or maybe better? Probably better, right? I mean, she's had more success in singles. So probably better. All right, we got a fault, second serve. Okay, 15-love. A forehand rally down the line of the backhand of Paolini. Backhand now from Tomljanovic to the forehand of Paolini. And Tomljanovic forehand again to the forehand of Paolini. Paolini in the net. 30-love. $30-love. All right. As a forehand rally down the line from Tomljanovic into the backhand of Paolini. Tomljanovic backhand in the net. 30-0. Chance for the double break for Paolini. $30-0. As we get a let. As that goes in the net from Tomljanovic, 30-40. Paolini for the double break. All right, return goes back into Tomljanovic. Forehand Paolini goes wide, and we get to deuce. Oh, we get to deuce. That's a bit of fault. Second serve. As a return goes to forehand Tomljanovic. Forehand Paolini. Again to the forehand Tomljanovic. As Paolini down the line. Tomljanovic backhand. In the net. Advantage Paolini. To take the double break in the second. First serve is a fault. Second serve. And that's a return winner. Okay. Paolini. Double break. 3-love second set. By the way, we've got Marijan taking on Alcaraz straight after this. So stay tuned. I was going to watch the Altmaier match, but that seems like a 5-setter and not in the fun way. I always start using that. That's a 5-setter, but not in a fun way. That's a good one. That's so true. There are such things as not fun 5-setters. That is, yes. That is true. That's a 5-setter, not in a fun way. That's a good one. I like that, Liam. That's a good one. I feel like we could relate to that. There's a lot of matches that we can mention that may be in that category. Zverev. I didn't say that. You said that. Surat said that. Zverev. Somebody said Zverev. I didn't say Zverev, but somebody said Zverev. Anyways, Paolini. 3-love, double break. All right. Love 15. All right, nice hitting from Paolini, 15-0. Double fault Paolini, 15-30. All right, 15-30. All right, nice hitting from Paolini. 30 all. 30 all. There's a bit of let. As return goes into the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic to the forehand of Paolini again as Tomljanovic backhand. Paolini volley in the net. 30-40. A chance to get one break back. Okay, 30-40. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Return goes in the net from Tomljanovic, and it's deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand, Tomljanovic. Backhand out from Paolini. Goes out. Advantage, Tomljanovic. Advantage, Tomljanovic to take back one of the breaks. As the return goes in the forehand of Paolini. Tomljanovic forehand to the backhand of Paolini. To the backhand of Tomljanovic. Paolini forehand into the forehand of Tomljanovic as Paolini hits a drop shot. Tomljanovic hits it in the net. Nice drop shot. We get the deuce. Back to deuce. And that's a great serve. Advantage Paolini. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Oh, double fault. We're back to deuce. Back to deuce. Another fault. Second serve. Another double fault. Okay, advantage Tomljanovic. To get one of the breaks back. As the return goes in, the backhand Paolini in the net. All right, one of the breaks back, 3-1. 3-1. Paolini. Still got a break though. All right, 3-1. Is it a backhand out by Paolini? 15 love. That's a bit of fault. Or was it a foot fault? No. They overruled it. They're going to... Oh, it's 30 love. It was in. Okay. 30 love. As a return goes the back end of Tomljanovic. Paolini forehand. Into the back end of Tomljanovic. Drop shot Paolini. No good. Tomljanovic comes to the net. And Paolini with a backhand pass. 30-15. $30-15. There's a return. Goes in. Backhand from Tomljanovic goes long, and it's 30 all. As the return goes a forehand of Tomljanovic. Slice Paolini in the net. 40-30. And it's been a backhand to backhand rally. Tomljanovic again at the backhand of Paolini. Tomljanovic slice into the nets, and it's deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As it a backhand down the line from Tomljanovic. That's a great shot. Advantage Tomljanovic. Crazy shot. All right, forehand to forehand rally. As Tomljanovic can't get to the drop shot. Paolini gets back to deuce. Great drop shot. All right, back to deuce. As Tomljanovic hits a backhand in the net. And Paolini gets another break point. To take the 4-1 double break lead. All right, serve Into the forehand of Paolini. Return. Goes in the forehand of Tomljanovic. But it goes in off the tape. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As the return goes out by Paolini, and it's advantage Tomljanovic. He's got a forehand rally. Tomljanovic down the line. Paolini backhand to the backhand of Tomljanovic. Paolini backhand to the forehand of Tomljanovic. Into the forehand of Paolini, and Paolini hits it out. Tomljanovic holds. Strong hold. And it's 3-2. Musetti wins. Nice. Nice one. All right. GG's Musetti. That's it. Love that for him. Cam City may watch Sabalenka. Depends. Yeah, it just depends on the timing of things. You know, today's a little bit of a hectic day. But not super hectic. So, yeah, just depends on a couple of things. But we could watch it if we after the Swiatek match maybe. All right. Nice hitting from Paolini. 15 love. As with a volley from Paolini in the net. 15 all. First serve is a fault. Second serve. (30-15). As that goes into the net by Tomljanovic, 40-15. There's another fault, second serve. Serve to the backhand of Tomljanovic, return the net. Paolini holds. And it's 4-2. Is Musetti on Carlos' side of the draw? Yes, but it won't be a semi-final if they played. So they won't be playing anytime soon. Semi-final meeting will be the earliest. All right. 15 love. All right, 30 love. As Tomljanovic serves again. As that goes out by Paolini, 40 love. Sorry, that was out by Tomljanovic, my bad. 30-15. All right, 40-15. As that goes in the net from Tomljanovic. And it's 40-30. As we get a forehand from Paolini. That goes wide. 4-3 Tomljanovic. All right, Tomljanovic holds, but Paolini leads. All right. All right, how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Just watching Nadal tribute. Wow, yeah, it was pretty good. Do you give Musetti a chance against Alcaraz? Sure. I mean, he's had a good run on the clay, and he has played Alcaraz a couple of times. So I don't think he beats Alcaraz if they played, but got to give him a chance, right? Okay, 4-3. By the way, we've got Alcaraz Marijan straight after this, so stay tuned. As that goes in the net from Paolini, and it's 15, love 15. Any upsets today? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think on center court. I mean, Runa. I don't know. Probably not. Backhand winner from Paolini, and it's 15-all. What's the best video game you've ever played? I don't know. Pokemon? Okay, 30-15. I did like Mario Odyssey. I mean, the recent games that I played are all Switch games. Like Mario Odyssey. As that goes out from Paolini, 30-all. Yeah. Cam, don't strike me as the gamer type. Oh, no, I play games. I loved playing FIFA back in the day. I loved playing FIFA. NBA 2K, like early, like mid-2010s. I love that. I love playing that stuff. FIFA was great. I love playing FIFA, but I don't play it anymore. During COVID, I played Red Dead Redemption with all my friends because we couldn't hang out, so we just hung out online. All right, 30-40. GTA 5. I remember playing that a hell of a lot too. 30-40. I played Topspin, last year a little bit. This time last year, but I stopped playing it. Unfortunately, just ran out of time to play it. So I definitely play, and I played Pokemon at the moment on Switch. Mario Party. NBA 2K is so screwed. Well, it was great 10 years ago. Backhand to the forehand of Paolini. Forehand now from Tomljanovic to the forehand of Paolini. It's Tomljanovic again to the forehand of Paolini. Into the forehand of Tomljanovic. But Tomljanovic hits it out and we get the deuce. Cam's next game is his best video game. Like rock shows, you only remember the last one, and naturally you tell everyone it was the best concert of your life. Yeah, I mean, I don't play that much games because I don't have time, but I try. I definitely have played video games a hell of a lot. As the backhand return goes in the backhand of Paolini, backhand out from Tomljanovic sliced to the forehand of Paolini. As Tomljanovic forehand down the line, Paolini slice again. Into the forehand of Tomljanovic. Paolini backhand. Again, the forehand of Tomljanovic. As Paolini pass. Is a winner. Advantage Paolini. Djokovic versus Zverev could be interesting if they meet. Oh, I hope they do. I'd love that matchup. Chad, is it just me or does everybody want... not everybody want, but... Would it be a nice story if Zverev won? And what I mean is kind of like the Rublev Monte Carlo finally winning that 1,000. Even Ruud winning Madrid. Would Zverev winning a slam, would everybody kind of have that good for you? You did it. Does anyone... Because I was watching the press conference and I'm like, if Zverev wins, would everybody be... pleased with that? I mean, it depends on who he beats, I guess. But if you're an Alcaraz fan and he beats Alcaraz, you're gonna be like, hey, hell no. But I don't know. I mean, is it nicer story if Djokovic won? I mean, no, not at all. Definitely not. Okay. I don't know. I feel like he's just been there and it's just been heartbreaking. I don't want Zverev to win. Okay. All right. It would be awful. People would quit tennis. People would quit tennis? I know why. But I'm just saying, if Zverev won, doesn't matter who he beats or to get there or whatever. I mean, maybe there's a better feel-good story. Maybe Ruud winning would be a better feel-good story. If Ruud won, would you feel like, oh, good work? Like, would that be the feel-good story if Casper Ruud won? Would that be more of a feel-good story? I understand why people wouldn't be hoping Zverev would win. I get that. I understand. I'm not stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. But Ruud would be the feel-good story. Like, yes, good for you. Yeah, Zverev. I know Zverev. I know. As that goes in net from Paolini 15-0. I understand. I understand why it would be. Why people wouldn't root for Zverev. Neutral fans. If your player loses, I get why. You'd probably more likely want Ruud to win, right? If you want a different champion or someone else, maybe Ruud's the preferred choice. 15-0. I get it. I don't know. I was watching Zverev in the press conference, and I'm kind of like, do people like is Zverev anyone's like second favorite behind their favorite to kind of get the win? And so I'll have to see. But no, it's pretty much a resounding no. But Ruud seems to be a popular second favorite for a lot of people. So Ruud is like the second favorite. Draper, I feel like Draper at this point is a favorite anyway. Like, it's like Sinner, Alcaraz, Draper, Djokovic. Like, those four guys are the guys that are supposed to win. And then everybody else is sort of like a second favorite. Is it a 4-4 rally? 15-30 here. Chance for Paolini to win the match. And she's got match points. Two of them, 15-40. Yeah, Draper. I feel like the four most popular players this tournament are Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, Draper. Like, they're the four most popular players that everyone's sort of, like, they've got a lot of fans. All of those guys have their fans, right? Whereas I feel like Ruud, slightly less popular, but maybe he's the second favorite of a lot of people, right? He's like, okay, if my guy goes out, I want him to win. Maybe Ruud's the guy. Ruud's everyone's second favorite, maybe. Yeah, Musetti could be there too. Maybe Musetti's everyone's second favorite. I don't know. But I think we get a double fault, Tomljanovic. And that's it. Paolini wins. Not the easiest match, but could have been harder. She gets through. Tomljanovic, one of the taller players, against one of the shortest players. It's very awkward. Thank you. All right, Paolini wins. The finalist of last year is into the third round. GG's. And she is going to play against a player in the next round because that's how this tournament works. When you win, you play somebody else. Starobitseva or Potapova in the next round. So it doesn't get much easier. And then fourth round potentially against Svitolina. Paolini's Svitolina fourth round. That's a Grand Slam fourth round. That's the sort of matches that we want to see in a fourth round of a slam. And then Swiatek, Rybakina, Ostapenko quarterfinalists, possibly against this lady. There we go. There we go. Now, chat, the match that one time it delivered. Alcaraz taking on Marijan. I know Alcaraz fans hate it when we talk about Marijan because every time we go, remember that Rome match? Alcaraz fans are just like, it happened one time, get over it. Okay. But can Marijan do it again? That's, as a neutral fan, I think a lot of people, neutral fans, are excited to see the prospect that it might be interesting. But it also could be like Indian Wells last year where it was nothing. Or this year. When was it? Whenever it was. But jump over here, talk amongst yourselves. Jump over there and talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. But Paolini wins 3-3 to start the day. The matches just keep getting better.